Welcome. In front of me is a Motorola E40, and today I'll show you a couple tweaks and tricks you can do on this phone. So to get started, I'm going to begin with dark mode, which can be found under the settings, display, and then you have the dark theme. Now it's called theme, but basically it's just a dark mode. It extends to a bunch of default applications, as you can see. So we can open up things like contacts, dialers, and so on, and they will all be covered by it. But another thing that you can do with the dark theme or mode, however you want to call it, is tap on a text, and this will take you to the actual, let's call it a hidden setting, where you can set it up as a schedule. So here you can set it up so it turns on automatically the dark mode, and you can set it up, for instance, so it turns on dark mode during the nighttime, but during the daytime you have it in light mode, which is what I would at least personally consider to be the best use of it. Obviously you can set it up differently if you want to, but still having that option is really nice. Now moving on to the second thing that I wanted to show you, it's also under the display. It's the high refresh rate, or higher, which we have right here, screen refresh rate. So we have the auto 60 or 90. Now for people that prefer to prioritize battery life, then you could probably change it to be 60 and could possibly get a higher battery life from it, because I don't think it does drop the refresh rate here below 60. So it's either 90 or 60, or even when it's at auto, I think it might just drop to 60 when it's not being used. But yeah, so we have the 60 and also the 90, which will give you the smoothest option. Now auto does have 90 by default and also 60, so for people that still want to have a good refresh rate, smooth refresh rate, but also just a, I guess, decent battery life, you can stick with auto. For people that just want to prioritize battery life, go with 60. And to be honest, I don't think there is a reason to go with just 90, because it will drain your battery life faster. Now moving on to the next option which I wanted to show you, it's the split screen. Now best use case for me, at least for split screen, is we're using it with YouTube and for instance browser. So all you need to do is go into your recent applications like this, then tap on this icon of an app, and you will find a split screen option right here. Now this will split screen the first app that you open up in this mode on the top, and from here you can find another app from your list that you want to split screen with. So let's say Chrome, and you can resize this. Luckily, one thing that is really neat, when you have YouTube open at the top, the YouTube video basically full screens in this tiny little window, so it's really nice in this case. Now the reason why I pick YouTube as the option right here is for people that don't really use the premium version of YouTube, don't pay for it, it's completely fine, or for the people that don't use YouTube Vans, because I think it's not downloadable anymore. But yeah, so I recommend. Obviously there are different scenarios for split screening. You don't need to use the YouTube if you want, if you don't want to. You can use other apps like I did, settings and Chrome as an example here. Though keep in mind, not every app can be split screened. So if I open up something like a camera app, if I can find it, there we go. Not what I wanted. There we go, camera app, and go to recent. You'll see that this application does not have the option to split screen with. And even if I, for instance, do it like this, you will see that it just replaces the previously opened app on the top and just closes it off completely and opens up in full screen. So there are some apps that will not be able to utilize this, so keep that in mind. And the last thing that I wanted to show you is screen pinning option. Now this is strictly for, I guess, security reasons. So it's more of a, I guess, rare occasions kind of thing that you might utilize. What it allows you to do is pin an application, so you can't close it, and if you try to close it, you can set it up so it locks the device. So let's go into the settings and security. There we go. And right at the bottom, under advanced, you'll find screen pinning. Once enabled, can tap again here, and as you can see, we have another option, pinning. And like I mentioned, it pins the app, though the way it's set up right now, it won't lock the device, I think. Oh, no, it does. It is also enabled. So it gives you the first time around a guide on how to turn it off, so you hold both of those keys. But because it locks the device, you need to now unlock it, and for that you need a pattern. Now, you cannot enable this without having some kind of screen lock. So you need to have either PIN, pattern, or password. If you try to enable it, it will automatically tell you to set it up. Now, the reason this might be useful is you can open up some kind of app. For instance, some, I don't know, stranger wants to make a phone call. You can pin the dialer, and if they ever, I don't know, decide to take off with your phone, if they leave that app, this phone becomes basically locked, and after that it also becomes FRP locked. So yeah, it's kind of useless to most of the people like that. And additionally, also, if you don't want people snooping around on your phone, it's useful for that as well. So you can lock the app that you want to allow someone to use, and you don't need to worry about them just leaving that app and just fiddling around in other places that they shouldn't be. So there we go. Anyway, this will conclude the tweaks and tricks that I want to show you, and if you found this very helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.